All right, let's talk about money. But we're going to explore a completely new way of thinking about it. One that makes a lot more sense for a generation that, grew up with one foot in the real world and one foot in the digital one. So let's just get right into it. If you've ever felt like you're just running on a financial treadmill, like you're working harder and harder, but just not getting anywhere, well, you're definitely not alone. And the big thing I want you to take away from this is it's not your fault. We were all kind of sold this simple formula for success, right? A super clear roadmap that was supposed to lead to financial security. But for so many of us, that path, it's turned out to be a total dead end. Yeah, let's be real. This traditional path is it's broken. You're told to get an education, but that means crushing student debt. Then you get a job, but it's in a super unstable economy and often doesn't even pay enough to handle those loans. And saving money? How's that supposed to work when your savings are just losing value every single year? And don't even get me started on buying a house. Prices have just completely left wages in the dust. So here's the crazy part. This whole struggle, it isn't just bad luck. It's not because of some bad political decisions either. It's actually a built-in feature, a design feature of the very money we use every single day. Okay, so let's talk about inflation. We hear this word all the time, right? We're told it's just a normal, even healthy part of the economy. But what is it really? Well, think of it like this. It's a silent, hidden tax, one you never voted for, and its only job is to systematically devalue every single hour you've ever worked. The banana didn't magically get more valuable. The dollars you used to buy that banana just got weaker. So yeah, the official story we get about inflation, it totally masks what's actually happening. It's not some big, complex, unavoidable thing. Nope. It's the super predictable result of creating more money out of thin air. And guess who benefits? The people closest to that money printer. They get to spend all that new money at yesterday's prices. By the time that money trickles down to you and me, all the prices have already gone up. It's a system that's rigged from the start. And think about it. How many once-in-a-generation economic crises have we lived through already? It's kind of crazy, right? The dot-com crash, 2008, the pandemic response. These aren't just random, isolated events. It is the exact same playbook every single time. The gains get privatized by the few, and the losses get socialized, pushed onto everyone else. All the risk flows down to us, while all the rewards flow up to them. Okay, so that's the problem. But to really get a handle on the solution, we have to take a step back and completely redefine what money is. And honestly, it's way simpler and a lot more profound than you might think. When you strip everything else away, at its absolute core, money is just a technology. That's it. It's a tool for storing and transferring your life's energy across time and across space. Nothing more, nothing less. Think about it this way. When you go to work, you're literally converting your life force, your time, your skills, your energy into dollars. Every single dollar in your paycheck represents hours of your life that you have already spent and can never, ever get back. So the quality of your money, it's a direct reflection of the value of your time. And it begs a really important question. If your money can be created infinitely, out of nothing, what does that say about the value of your finite time and energy? And this is the problem we all face. We try to store that precious life energy in traditional things, like bank accounts or stocks, but they're all like these leaky houses, They're always losing value to inflation, or they might crash, or they need constant maintenance and taxes. It's exhausting. Bitcoin, though, offers a totally different approach. It's like a perfectly secure, verifiable digital cube. You place your energy inside it, and you don't have to trust anyone to know it's still there. You can check for yourself anytime you want. All right, so how exactly does this new technology, this new kind of money, solve the huge problems we've been talking about in the old system? It all comes down to this one single number, 21 million. While governments can, and definitely do, print trillions and trillions of dollars, Bitcoin has a hard cap. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin, period. Not 21 million and one. And that one simple, unchangeable fact, well, it changes absolutely everything. And this leads to some really unique properties. You hear these words a lot: decentralized, scarce, verifiable, but they're not just technical buzzwords. Decentralized means no one is in charge. No CEO, no government can change the rules on you. Absolutely scarce, we just covered that, it's fixed. And verifiable means anyone can check the rules in the entire history for themselves. You don't need to trust anyone. It all comes together to create a type of money that's transparent, fair, and pretty much impossible to manipulate. It's kind of like the rules of chess. The game works because we all agree on the rules and we can all see the board. Bitcoin works the exact same. Okay, now this is a really, really important point, so listen up. Bitcoin is not crypto. I know they get lumped together, but they're fundamentally different things. Bitcoin was the discovery, like discovering fire or the number 0, of digital scarcity. It had a perfectly fair launch. No insiders got a head start. Most of the thousands of other crypto projects, they're more like tech startups. They have CEOs, venture capitalists, pre-sales for insiders. It's a completely different game. Bitcoin has one job, and one job only, to be the best money we've ever had. And what's so fascinating is that when you start to understand this, it's not just about your finances anymore. It actually leads to this profound shift in your mindset, your behavior, and even how you think about the future. Think about it. When your money is constantly melting like an ice cube, it forces you to spend it quickly. You're thinking about right now, about consumption. But what happens when you have money that holds its value or even appreciates? Well, it naturally encourages you to think long-term. Your focus shifts from just spending to saving, planning, and eventually to creating things that will last. And that shift, it brings this incredible sense of peace of mind. You're not constantly stressed, forced to act like a Wall Street trader just to keep your savings from disappearing. You gain true ownership, real sovereignty over your own life's energy. And maybe coolest of all, you become part of this amazing global community of people who are all working together to build a better, fairer future. So at the end of the day, look, this isn't about some get-rich-quick scheme. Not at all. It's a don't-get-poor-slowly plan, and it leaves you with the single most important question you can ask about your financial future. Your time on this planet is finite. It's the only truly scarce thing you will ever have, so how are you going to store its value?